Ring Ropes and Turnbuckle Podcast coming up next. We got Ase Wrestling's own Joseline Narravo coming up next.
Following podcast scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, they are the Internet Podcast.
Yeah, we back again. Ring Ropes and Turnbuckle Podcast. It's your boys, Tag Team Podcast Champions of the World. We got the dynamic Dark Wing Salute Dub, the insightful S got Bars Wrestling Media. We got special guest panelists in the building, the Queen's Cypher, and we got Ase Wrestling's own Joseline Narravo. Yeah. Let's give a round of applause. Yeah. So how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
We're good. So we are going to let the ladies lead off in this interview, starting off. So we'll let them take the floor first, and then we'll just, follow right from there.
Hey, thank you. First, I want to say thanks for coming. My name is Ladybug. As you just said, we're part of the Wrestling Queen Cypher. Thank you for coming again. My first question to you is really simple. As far as wrestling, what is one word you would associate with your passion for what you do?
It's a good question. One word I would associate. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
It's okay. You can make it a few words. It's however you want to answer it.
I really, really love wrestling. So, I guess that's pretty, straightforward. I always wanted to be a wrestler growing up, so I got a lot of passion in my little black heart for wrestling.
Okay. I'm going to give it to my co-host, Mimi.
Okay. So my question that I have for you is, I saw something recently where it's like, being a wrestler, you go through a certain kind of training to kind of prep and get ready. Is there anything that you learned on your own after being in it that you weren't necessarily taught, starting out just with like the basic training?
I think schools, like when you first start off wrestling and going through the training and stuff, I think schools should emphasize on the importance of networking. Being an athlete before wrestling, you moved up in the ranks based on merit. Like if you were like the fastest or you did whatever the best, that's how you build your name and stuff like that. And in wrestling, that's not necessarily 100% how it goes. Like you could be the best in the world, but it's very much a who you know type thing. And I wish people would harp on that from jump instead of you have to learn that by yourself through trial and error and like the hard way a lot of the times.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I totally get that. That's something that they need to definitely add into that, to kind of help y'all out, make things a little easier. Like you might want to network a little bit, make this a little easier.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, totally get that.
So, what got you into wrestling? Like, what is there something in your past? Like, did you play sports in the past, and then maybe something didn't pan out playing sports, but you knew that you wanted to do wrestling?
Yeah, I was always an athlete. I ran track, played soccer, played lacrosse, and I was very good at every sport that I took serious. And I actually had a full ride for track and field, and to a lot of schools, and I wound up going down to Ole Miss. But sometimes, when you're doing something, even if you're like doing it well, you just lose the passion for it, and that's pretty much what happened for me. I just didn't want to do it anymore. I didn't want to do it anymore in high school, but uh, free school is free school, So I tried to stick with it as much as I could, but once you lose the passion for something, no matter what you're doing it for, you'll still be miserable. So I was like, I don't want to do this no more. So I moved back to Ohio to do school up here, and then I went to find a wrestling school. So
That's crazy because what was it that Zay Vega said he did was rugby? I did not
say
expect to hear rugby, and then
Yeah.
she says lacrosse. That was not on my bingo card at all.
Yeah.
it shocks
Love that.
everybody.
Go ahead, Bars, you got it.
What would you say inspired you the most as far as professional wrestling? Like, who would you say is the people that you idolized that kind of like gravitated you to the sport?
So growing up, it was definitely Jazz and Jacqueline, and that was because those were two people that looked like me, and I got to see them in such a great light, whooping everybody ass, and I was like, they could do this. Like, this is so cool. I could do it too. And then when I got, a little older, still a child though, but seeing Naomi and everything that she's done, and even now, like to this day, like every time I see her, like I scream on the inside. I'm like, oh my god, I love her so much, but I gotta play it cool. So, so she don't be weirded out or anything. But just seeing other wrestlers, and specifically black women that look like me and are doing the sport well, I'm always inspired by that when it comes to wrestling.
Who is your? Well, you probably answered that already, but I'm gonna ask it anyway. So, what would be your favorite match as far as the wrestlers that you idolize?
Uh, I don't know. That's a good question.
Because the only reason why I ask is like most athletes, most wrestlers, they have that go-to match that they say, "Oh yeah, that's the match I like. That's the match that draws them in." You know what I mean? Most of the time, like we asked a few of the wrestlers, like this was their match. This is the match that pulled them in, that reeled them in. You know, whether they seen the match when they were younger or they seen the match when they were at adulthood, they seen the match at some point in time of their life, and that was kind of what drew them into the sport of professional wrestling.
So it's two matches. So the match that got me interested, I seen it when I was a little kid. It was Jazz versus Jason from ECW.
Okay, yeah, I
Like,
remember that.
cool. Like to this day, like I love intergender wrestling. It's one of my favorite styles to do. It was that one, but the match that made me want to be a wrestler, ironically, is that triple threat TLC match from like WrestleMania 2000. Um, Hardy Boys versus Edge and Christian versus the Dudley Boys, and I watched that and it just fucking blew my mind. And I was like, I want to be a damn wrestler. Like, let's do this.
Did you have any at any point in time while you were going through your training? Did you feel like, oh, maybe I should change my mind because the injuries or things like that?
No, I grew up. I had a pretty physical lifestyle because I had a big brother, and then most of my cousins was boys. So I grew up, like fighting with them and like playing other sports. Like I played football when I was a kid too, up until like going into high school. Um, so I was used to that kind of stuff. So going into wrestling, it was just like it's just another thing, really.
So you was throwing them lariats before you actually got in the ring anyway. You was throwing them lariats already. So
Yeah. So like when I was like 11, like my parents had got this like wood basement, like this wood table in our basement, and my brother like power bombed me through it, and so I feel like then my parents should have just knew that me being a wrestler was coming because I got power bombed through this wood fucking table. It was just straight wood table, and I was just like, okay. So.
Oh man, that's wild. That's wild.
That's diabolical.
Yeah, that's wild.
Very. Man, growing up with boy cousins, being surrounded by boy cousins, I absolutely feel that you would get tackled for no reason.
Yeah.
It's just minding your business. Standing there trying to be girly and then hear somebody come from the side. Like, we weren't even playing. What are we doing?
Yeah.
Yeah, I get that, man.
I'm give it back to the ladies, and let them ask their question.
I would ask if you could have one takeaway like to give to the next generation of up and coming Black women wrestlers, what would you want that to be? Like what would you want to leave back behind for them? Like for a legacy.
um, I have this reputation of always standing up for myself. And I think it's very important, especially as a female wrestler, and especially as a Black female wrestler, to always stand up for yourself. Don't let people run over you. Um, don't don't take disrespect. Don't take any mistreatment. Because if you let somebody slide, they're gonna start ice skating on your shit, and you you're gonna be miserable in wrestling. It's already hard for Black people in wrestling, and it's even harder for the women because the stigma of what women's wrestling was versus now. Still, sometimes people will be like, "Oh, the women's match is the bathroom break" and stuff like that. But it's don't let people run over you. Don't let people disrespect you. Always stand up for yourself and always do what's right. Don't don't try to sleep your way to the top either. Don't do that.
Oh.
I mean that's fair.
Okay.
I got one more before sending it to Mimi. My second question to you, what is your go-to like song or go-to playlist that you have before you have a match, or like is there a certain song or kind of type of music you have to listen to before you go to, like to wrestle?
Yeah, so I don't have like a specific song, but I do have a playlist. I got two playlists.
Okay.
Um, I got the strip club bangers and I got the trap bangers. And I gotta listen to one of the playlists while I'm warming up so I can get in the mode to, get out there and have fun. But it gotta be a strip club song or it gotta be a song about drug dealing. Because I'm just imagining this life. I don't live the life, but I'm imagining this life, and it's getting me in the zone.
I
So
get it.
Hold on. Before we give it to Mimi, I want to know some of these artists that are on this strip club list.
I bet you I could guess. I bet you I could guess.
so Two Live Crew is on there. Sexy Red is on there. Cardi B is on there. 3 6 Mafia is on there. Trying to think who else on there. Off the top of my head, I know those people on there. Mona Leo's on there. It's a lot on there. Yeah, I be having to put people on to the strip club, to strip club bangers. So yeah.
Not mad at all.
I respect it.
Okay, let's see. So, then one of the questions is kind of based on just kind of like the message that you had about being strong and standing up for yourself. Like, how does it feel to know that the same way you saw these black women on TV, being wrestlers who look like you, that's kind of like how it will be for you coming up, having little girls seeing you and being like, oh, wait a minute. It's like you have younger girls coming up now who are into wrestling just as hard as a lot of us are, and kind of how we were coming up, and just having them be able to see you in that light. Like, how does that feel knowing that you'll be able to influence them too?
It's a great feeling actually, and so at our training school, we've had an influx of girls wanting to come and train to wrestle, and a lot of them said they saw me wrestling on the show, and they was like, "Oh shit, like she's so cool, like I wanna wrestle this and that." So like it's awesome like that they were able to see me and like instantly connect, and it made them want to do it because for a long time I was the only girl at the school, and now it's like 8 girls there now, and 5 of them are black. So it's pretty cool to be able to have that full circle moment of, I saw black women and got inspired to wrestle, and then now they are seeing me and they're inspired to wrestle as well. So it's pretty cool. Yeah.
Cool. And also I have one more, just kind of based on that, just being a woman in wrestling in general. Is there anything that you've seen, I guess, like where they have room for improvement as far as like just in general, not necessarily with Ase, but just in general, as far as like anything you see they could do better to kind of help promote the women and the matches?
Yeah, I got a few things going. So I think we could definitely have more than one women's match on the show. And Asha is really good with that. They have multiple women's matches, or like when some promotions book multiple women, they put us all in one match, like, and it's like y'all could have 2 matches. Like it doesn't have to be all of us clustered together in this one match. So that, and I think more places should do more intergender wrestling. Like I think that helps both the guys and the girls learn a different style of wrestling and just learn. It helps you think on your feet when you doing like intergender wrestling because it's different. I've had to wrestle guys twice my size, and you can't wrestle them the same way as you would wrestle like a woman your size. So I think that would help showcase the women more also versus just having just a women's match, and it opens up more spots for the women as well. So I think that's 2 things that wrestling could do, and let us compete for the men's belts. Like a lot of places, they have their women's division or whatever, and it'll just be one women's belt. Then the guys got like 5 belts, and it's like, let us compete for that. Like,
Yeah,
So that's things that could help women's wrestling.
absolutely. Please take note. Whoever's listening, take note to all of that, please.
Please.
Please, like now. We need y'all to write that down.
I believe there's been a few women that have held the men's title a few times in wrestling history thus far. I know China held the Intercontinental title. I know Jordan Grace competed for one title, and I think she held a men's title too. And what's his name held one too. What's her face? Blanchard, Tessa Blanchard. She held the men's title over in TNA. So I do think they have gotten better over the course of time, but I think they could do a lot more. You know what I mean? I think they definitely can do a lot more. Me personally, because this is just me. You know what I mean? I'm not a big fan of intergender matches, not because they're not fun to watch. It's because I just have my own personal, you know what I'm saying, gripes with it. I don't kind of get down with men and women like tussling like that. That's just my own mental that, you know what I mean, I'm dealing with. But I have grown to it over the course of time when I've seen like a few matches and I was like, dang, I didn't even know she was that strong to do that. You know what I'm saying? So I have grown, you know what I mean, on it over the course of time, but that's just something that I personally deal with. But I do think over the course of time they've gotten better with that. My question is, what type of matches have you competed in thus far?
Singles, tags, triple threats, four ways, TLC match, tables match, street fight, no rules. I've done a lot of them. I don't know.
Have you done a Texas death match?
Nah.
Would you do a Texas death match?
See, I'm not a big. I enjoy watching death matches, but this don't do death matches.
Yeah.
I leave that to them, okay?
Man, it's all.
I support it 100%.
Hey, I just had to ask. I said, "Oh, I'm gonna ask her. Like, what type of matches? Because, the Texas deathmatch thing has been becoming pretty popular over the course of time, especially when certain wrestlers have put their stamp on it. Because, I mean, I'm not saying it never was popular. It has been popular, always has been. But just recently, we are starting to see it more on the mainstream because of AEW. We seen what Hangman Page and John Moxley did, and then we seen another variation of it with Edge and Moxley. So it was like, you know what I mean? Like, that's why I said, let me ask, you know. Yeah.
Like, I got friends that do death matches, and I thoroughly enjoy watching death matches because it's some crazy ass shit. But like, they be using glass and barbed wire and shit. I ain't got time for that.
Have you ever seen the ultraviolet matches?
Yeah.
Yeah, the light tubes or whatever. Whew.
Yeah.
Boy.
Yeah, those light tubes. I seen a video the other day. My friend, who did it? Tom Lawler set up a light tube on the side of his face while he was sitting in the corner, and Nick Gage ran and kicked the light tube and like kicked it into his face, and I was just like, like, why are we doing this? That's
not,
so
not
crazy.
Me. No. I remember seeing, and this happened recently, but I seen it before that. I seen somebody else do it. Take the syringe and stick it through their cheek onto the other side. I said, "Oh Lord, woo!"
I seen Joey Janela do that.
Yeah, I think that was him that I watched do that, or was it somebody else? But yeah,
It might that's crazy.
I definitely believe that some of the kings of the death matches are people like Terry Funk. What's his other guy? Bruiser Brody. Bruiser Brody we used to get busy in them type of matches. And there's a few other people, but Terry Funk was that guy when it came to them type of matches. That guy was relentless, especially with the barbed wire when he wrestled against Sabu. Oh, man. That was wild. Yeah. I'm going to pass it off to the homie Dub.
So, speaking of matches, what is the most painful match you've ever been in?
The most painful. I did a street fight a few years ago, and I got hit with a kendo stick, and that's like the worst shit ever. I don't recommend it at all, and I haven't been hit with one since then. obviously, if I was to have another street fight and they pulled it out, I would be like, damn, all right, like, like we here now. You're gonna have to hit me with that shit. But like, I would prefer not to be hit with a kendo stick. And then I took a superplex off the top into a pile of chairs, and that shit was terrible too. So um, definitely the street fight that I did was the most painful one.
Just out of curiosity, what is your connection with Jamaica?
My dad, his side of the family is Jamaican, so very much Jamaican pride over here.
Ain't nothing
They got
wrong
the
with
flag
that.
plastered outside the house.
Nothing wrong with that at all. I appreciate a good flag scene outside of the U.S. You know what I'm saying? People just appreciating, where they come from. It's always nice to see. Um, so, as you know, we've interviewed Mr. Isaiah Broner, and he
hmm
spoke very, very, very highly of you. What is y'all's connection like?
Um, well, we've been together for a while, so but it's he. I'm glad that I'm with somebody in wrestling because we both understand the trials and tribulations of wrestling. Um, he is my best friend, so we talk about everything and whatnot. Um, we don't work out together at all because well, we used to work out together. We don't anymore because we can't focus because we just talking too much. So it's like you go this way, I go this way. We meet back up at the end of the session. Um, but we I don't know, like we connected. We locked in, you know. So yeah.
Absolutely, gotta love it. Gotta love it. I'll pass it back down to the ladies.
Hey, can you hear me? Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. So I got a question. Like, as far as food, like, is there a specific food that you enjoy that's like kind of specific to wrestling, or is it just something, or is there a food that people would typically think that you would not eat it that that you do eat?
So I really love pizza and chicken wings. So, anytime I go to a show, maybe not recently because I'm on the cut right now, but anytime I go to a show and they got wings, I'll be like, like, let me get a 10 piece, you know. So, or if they got some pizza, you know, depending on how it look, you know. And same with the wings though. You can't eat everybody wings, you know. So I got to
Mm.
see how it look and if they season it and stuff like that. That's also important. Um, those are two things that I like to eat, and because I'm pretty fit, like people don't think that I will sit and eat a whole pizza, like a whole large pizza, but I will, and that's why I can't eat pizza right now because I don't have no self control. So so it would be definitely those two things.
So
Within
wait, so I'm sorry. So what is your pizza like? What is your order?
okay, so it's this place called Pizza Bogo up here in Cleveland,
Okay.
and they do like unlimited toppings on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. And I don't eat pork, so they got turkey toppings. So I was like, hell yeah! So when I go there, I get like extra pepperoni, spinach, roasted garlic, turkey bacon, and I get like the little garlic butter on the crust. And then I get a side of that garlic dipping sauce, and I'll be fucking it up. But like again, I sit there and eat the whole pizza, and that's the problem. So so it's
Yeah,
like
especially that garlic. And I got one more
so
question. I know it's gonna sound. I'm sorry. It's gonna sound so crazy. What is what is your hot sauce flavor, or like what flavor do you put on your wings? I'm just curious. No, this is like serious. I'm curious.
So I got a few. Got a few.
Okay.
So I would do like a mango habanero if I'm feeling real spicy. Fucking mango
Okay.
habanero. I like to do garlic parm. I do like lemon pepper. I know that's real stereotypical, but I do like it. Um,
It's
um,
okay.
um, I just tried this like honey garlic flavor. It was pretty good. I was surprised. I didn't know how I would feel about that. And
Mm.
yeah, I like honey barbecue also, but definitely. Um, but if they don't have none of that, I'll probably get like a like a medium buffalo sauce. So it really just depends on what they got.
I appreciate that. Go ahead, Nick.
Hey, she about to start ordering her some wings like you now. Watch.
What?
Maybe.
Man, so I kind of want to stay on the food a little bit. But I was gonna ask, like, if you do a lot of traveling, either if it's for wrestling or just kind of personal, if there's a place that's like a favorite, and if there's a certain kind of food that you like that may be like related to that place whenever you travel.
Yeah. So so I grew up traveling. So I got one of the things I like to do, whether I'm traveling like personally or professionally, is I like to look for like local places, or like if somebody live in that city, I'm like, hey, what's a good local spot? Because why am I leaving home to eat at a chain restaurant that's here? Like, what's the point of that? Uh, let me try the local shit. Let me see what's going on. Um, but I guess it really just depends on what I'm feeling that day. Sometimes like if I'm like I want like a really good chicken sandwich, or some shit like that. I go out my way to find that. And another thing that helps me a lot, I'll be watching guys like diners, drive-ins, and dives. I'll be finding restaurants on there too. So yeah, so I'm like, oh, let me put this in my notes. Like I seen one place they had like a fucking 1 pound cinnamon roll in Texas. And I was like, wow, need that. So so it really just depends on like what I'm feeling, or if I'm traveling with other people. If I'm traveling with like all guys, I'll take their opinion into consideration, see what they want, like. But it's ultimately up to me of what we eat. But so yeah, it really just depends on what I'm feeling that day.
Gotcha. And then also, as far as like when it comes to traveling, like if you've done a lot, like I said, for wrestling in general, have you noticed? Because I know like the crowds can differ in certain areas. Is there do you have a favorite crowd, or I guess kind of is that something that you pay attention to? It's kind of like if the crowds are different depending on where you guys are.
Yeah, it definitely 100% does depend on where we are. Like, for example, if I'm wrestling like in like West Virginia or some shit, um, it's like you look into the crowd and you're just like, there's just either it's like 10 people there or it's like 300 people there. It's no in between with West Virginia. It's so crazy. Um, but I actually really, really, really enjoy wrestling in front of predominantly black crowds. I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with um, wrestling in front of like the multicultural crowds and stuff, but wrestling in front of mostly black people is so fun because if you say certain shit, they got to come back. Like black people got to come back for everything, and I really enjoy that. Like it make, especially as a heel, it make your heel work fun because you say some shit and they got to come back and you're like, oh shit, like all right. And they are more like in tune with like the shows and stuff. I very much enjoy wrestling at Ase, for example. But it's other black companies that I enjoy working for, like Naptown in Indianapolis, and Black Wrestlers Matter up out in Chicago and stuff. Like the black crowds is just something special. Something about the black crowds. 100%. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, we need that here in Louisiana. Like bad. Like there's a lot of us, but you know, like a lot of the local promotions don't really cater to us necessarily. So it's like we need that, you know, because like you have us in the crowd, just like, okay, we're rooting for all the black wrestlers, but like we're here. I don't know what else you want us to do. So yeah, we need more of that here for sure. So yeah, totally get
I
that.
will I will say this real quick before it goes to the guys. Like, I appreciate it. I'm in North Carolina and I've been going to Ashe, and I just want to say thank you. Thank you for being a part of something so special. I really do appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I really love working for Ashe. It's one of my favorite places to wrestle for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we actually got the 411 about Ase Wrestling through Ladybug. Like she put it out there, and then we was like, wait a minute, there's a black promotion? Cause then we know there's other black promotions, but this one is kind of like, you might as well say it's like mainstream basically, because like we this was like the first, like, magnified right in front of our face. And then I was just like, wait a minute, hold up. And me and the homie, we was like, yo, we gotta check this out. Like, this is wild. And we got locked in immediately. Immediately. And our whole point and duty was to, like, yo, everybody gotta know about Ase Wrestling. Everybody has to know. That's been our mission statement from the jump, is everybody gotta know. We feel like the more, there you go. We feel like the more people that know about Ashe, the better. And that's how we've been rolling ever since. We think Ashe Wrestling is one of the best promotions, black owned thus far. Like, and it's only getting better. Like, we've seen the evolution. Like, every single show they've had thus far, it's gotten better and better and better and better. We can't wait for the next one in September. We locked in for that. You on the
Yeah,
card, aren't you? You on the card, aren't you?
I
For
think
us,
so. I'm a beater, but yeah, I think I am on there.
yeah.
I'll be there.
Yeah, Isaiah's on the court. I know. Isaiah's. We was just talking about it. Isaiah's wrestling against Khan from Gates of Agony, so that's gonna be dope. We locked in for that. We rooting for you, bro. Bring it home, bro.
Bring it home for us, bro. Let's go, Isaiah. We gotta get that dub.
Yeah, bring it home. Yeah. Speaking of food, right? What is your cheat meal?
Pizza, chicken wings.
Yeah. If you couldn't
Pizza.
have pizza, and chicken wings, what would you rather have?
Oh wow, that's a tough one. Damn, they neck and neck in my life for real. Eh, that's a tough one. I don't know. Probably pizza, but like by a little bit though.
Cause
By a little bit.
I'm a foodie too, and I know if I can't have no chicken, then I know it's gonna be this one. If I can't have that one, then I know it's gonna be that one. So I always have an alternate for everything. That's how I'll be rolling. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I get it. But yeah, pizza's one of my favorites too. If you ever in the Jersey area, preferably Atlantic City, Pleasantville area, you gotta check out Johnny D's. Johnny D's has one of the biggest pizzas on God's green earth. When I say that, because I heard you say that you could finish. I don't know if you could finish this one. They got this one slice itself is like a like I don't know how to describe it, but you ever seen? Okay, let's describe it like this. A 75-inch big screen TV. One slice is about as close as big as that. I'm telling you right now, I believe they were in the Guinness Book of World Records. Like, that's and they've been around for years. Like I grew up on Johnny D's pizza, so I'm only saying that because you said that you could finish a whole slice. I'm like, all right, well, I don't know if you could finish a Johnny D's pizza. Johnny D's
I'm
pizza is
about to
pretty
try that.
big. Yeah, look them
Yeah, I'm
up.
about to try
Look
that.
them up. I'm
Yeah.
telling you, nah, they dope. They dope. Yeah, I'm gonna pass it back up to Dub.
So earlier you talked about music. Who is your favorite artist right now?
Right now, it's this rapper named Mona Leo. I really like her music. She be skating on everything that she get on, and she's really good. She's really good. Yeah.
Do you listen to old school hip hop,
Yeah, I'm a
90s,
big old
early
school hip hop fan.
2000s?
Yeah.
Okay, okay. So my other co-host down here, Mimi, she's a music head too, and so is Bars. They music heads too. So Mount Rushmore of hip hop artists for you.
Ice Cube,
Okay.
um, Biggie, Tupac, and I don't know. I want to put a girl on here. I would say, honestly, because of how much she changed the game and shit, probably like a Missy Elliott for real.
Ooh,
That's a
you
good one.
never go wrong with Missy. You can
Yeah.
never ever go wrong. I mean, from the music to the producing,
Yeah.
ain't nobody messing with Missy.
Yeah.
Anything my two music heads down there want to add to it?
Yeah. I can't even disagree with that Mount Rushmore because Missy Elliott has done a lot in music, like classic. I Can't Stand the Rain. It's classic,
hmm
classic. You know what I mean? And this man, she got so many hits, so many hits. Um, like I believe she was supposed to do something. Like she's supposed to come back out with something, but I don't know what happened with it or whatever. But I believe she was supposed to do something. Me personally, as far as like my Mount Rushmore would go, um, it definitely will have to have a Nas. Nas will definitely have to be on my Mount Rushmore. Um, Another person will have to be on my Mount Rushmore would definitely have to be Pac. Pac will definitely have to be on there. Um, and I know some people might say, "Oh, well, he ain't done enough." In my book, he's revolutionary. Jadakiss gotta be on the Mount Rushmore for me. For me,
I fuck with
Jada, bar heavy, like rap circles around jokers. So like,
Mhm.
yeah, he gotta be on that Mount Rushmore. And lastly, it gotta be. It's kind of like a toss up between LL Cool J and Eminem. You know what I'm saying? Because Eminem like is, whew, he be flaming stuff, and at the same time, LL Cool J is like one of the goats. And I actually grew up on LL, so
Real quick, Miss Jocelyn. We asked your man's about this same question, and he left Eminem off, and I'm like, "How you gonna leave Eminem off? And you from Detroit?"
yeah, he definitely did that. He definitely did that. We was getting at it for that. Like, how did he do that? Yeah, he definitely did. Yep.
Yeah,
Mimi, you
fuck
want to give
Detroit.
your Mount Rushmore?
Oh man, I feel like I have too many people. Well, no, I was thinking of the ladies for sure. The first one that came to mind was Yo Yo, because I remember her, and I remember growing up watching her and then the Afro Puffs, and I wanted to do my hair like that too when I was younger. But I remember I loved her. And I feel like being in the South, it's kind of hard because I was like Bun B, as between him and Pimp, that was just like people who grew up listening to. Um, And of course, there's Tupac, just heavy in the household for sure. And I'll throw a different one up there. I'll say Rakim, probably too.
Oh yeah.
He's he's legendary. He still is. Like if they put a mic in his hand now, I mean, so yeah, I'll say those are probably some
You,
people up there for me for
you
sure.
know he just recently dropped a project, right?
Yes, I haven't checked it yet,
Yeah. That
but
joint
yeah.
that joint's fire. That joint's fire. And he's coming out again. He's actually gonna be in a group. It's supposed to be him, Cool G Rap, and I believe KRS-One. They're forming a group. Oh yeah, and Big Daddy Kane. So they're forming
Oh,
a rap group. And
okay.
like, yeah, that joint about to be crazy. Cause I heard
Yep,
some of the
check that
tracks on
out.
that joint. Yeah, that joint about to be wild. For real. They still got it. Let me just put it like that. They still got it.
Oh yeah, yeah. Got to check
Before
that
we
out for
move,
sure.
sorry about that. Sorry.
No, you good.
Uh, Before we move on, Ladybug, you got one? You got a Mount Rushmore for hip hop?
I do. First off, no one said MC Light or Queen Latifah. Um, so I would definitely put them two up there. And then to be different, why not? I'll put, damn it, I'm gonna put Kendrick up there. I don't care. I've listened to Kendrick since before all this happened. So I would have put him up there before. And then if I had to put somebody else from back in the day, let's see. You know what? Mimi, I'm kind of mad at you for not saying this. Lil Wayne.
You got a
'Cause
love hate relationship with him down this way, but it's okay. I understand though. Yeah,
I understand that too.
like a certain time period, absolutely,
But that's what I'm
absolutely.
saying. Like prime Lil Wayne. I ain't talking about
Prime,
this. I ain't talking about this album right here. But
prime Wayne.
yeah,
Yes, absolutely. Yeah,
I don't know who this person is yet, but yeah.
we don't
I'll give
either. He
my
don't even come this way. So
I'll give mine real quick, and then I'll pass it back down to the ladies. Number one for me, Pac. So it's pretty cool that we all have Pac. Number two, Nas. Number three, Big Daddy Kane. Number four is somebody that I'm surprised. I thought Mimi was going to say it because she brought up Houston, and I'm from Texas, so Bars already knows this one. Mine is Scarface.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, I feel bad for not saying that. Yeah,
Scarface,
But
Ghetto
yeah, I'll pass it
Boys.
back down to the ladies.
Okay. Mimi, did you want to start, and I could just follow behind you? I don't mind.
yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. So like watching your matches, I've always loved your gear and just like your hair and just like the whole look. I always love seeing you out there. Is there a favorite look that you've had that you've wrestled in so far?
Um, gear wise, I don't know. I think every time I get new gear, I'm like, oh, this is my favorite gear. Until I get another new set, and then I'm like, oh, this is my favorite gear. So, with gear, no, I don't think I have like a favorite. I guess I think I pay a lot of attention to how I style and design my gear, so it can stand out, and people look at it and like, oh, this is pretty cool, Um, but like hair wise, I think like when I wear like my natural hair and stuff, I think that's my favorite. Even though I like to wear like different colors and stuff, I like to switch up my hair a lot. To the point like even like at my home promotion, people are like, "Oh, well, what hair color are you gonna wear for this show?" And I was like, "I don't know." Like, like you just have to see when I come out the curtain. I don't know, but I think definitely like wrestling in my natural hair is my favorite. But I also don't like people touching my hair, so it's like a catch-22 with that. Yeah.
I understand. I understand that. Yeah, got it. You had something else, Ladybug?
Yeah. So you mentioned ring gear. If you could make ring gear based on any fictional character, who would it be and why?
Um, based on any fictional character, probably, and I'm actually probably going to do it. Like one of the girls from like Mortal Kombat, probably like Melina or something. I'm a big Mortal Kombat fan. I think Mortal Kombat is really cool, and I like the designs that the girls have on Mortal Kombat. I actually do have some Mortal Kombat inspired gear, um, but just like my own little twist on it. But definitely some Mortal Kombat. I very much enjoy video games, so that's where I get a lot of my gear ideas from video games. So
Okay. What's your favorite game?
right now, um, right now it would be Call of Duty, but when GTA 6 come out, I'm gonna lock myself in the house and like beat that however long it take. I'm not coming outside. I'm not answering any messages. You don't have a key to my house, you can't come in. So when that come out, that's gonna be my favorite game. But right now, I've been playing Call of Duty a lot. I'm about to start streaming actually pretty soon. Um, but yeah, right now it's Call of Duty right now.
I want to say something real quick. When GTA 6 comes out, I'm telling my wife, keep these damn kids away from me until I come out the room.
You know what? Like, I'm glad they about to drop it because I'm tired of beating GTA 4 and GTA 5 over and over. Like, I know what's about to happen. Like, come on, give me the new game. It's crazy.
Yeah, I do have one more question. um, who is your dream match?
Naomi.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then, like, is there any stipulation to it, or no?
No, I just want straight singles match. Like, I just would really like that. And you know what? I tried to get it to happen um, when she left WWE and she was in TNA. And we were talking about it. And then she was like, dang, I'm going back to WWE. And I was like, wow. I dropped to my knees like a 90s R&B singer. I was like, oh no, wow, like, oh my God. But it's okay. Hopefully one day it happens. If it don't, it's whatever. But I hope it happens.
I hope so too. Yeah.
Yeah, we got to manifest that.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
real.
Oh, honorable mention though. One that's realistically really could happen. I would really like to wrestle Athena also.
Ooh,
So
yeah.
that that could happen. Very much could. So we're gonna put that in the atmosphere of happening.
Got you. Yeah, that's all I had.
So, if you could build a faction, you and 3 other female wrestlers, who would they be?
It would be me, Maya World, Jada Stone, um, and MJ Santana. She's my tag partner up here. She's from Texas. And then Maya and Jada. People that know us know that we are pretty close. Um, so if we could be like a group, that would be tight. Like we are pretty good wrestlers and stuff like that, and we all black. So so that would be cool. I would really enjoy that.
One wrestler I haven't heard you mention yet, I want to know what you think about her, is Bianca Belair. What are your thoughts on Bianca Belair? Because it seems like you guys have a similar background. You know, she did track, you did track. You know, you wasn't feeling it anymore. She wasn't feeling it anymore. She's in wrestling, you're in wrestling. What are your thoughts on Bianca Belair?
I love Bianca. I admire anybody that can make their own gear. Like that's such a tedious task, and it takes a lot of time. And her gear is always just beautiful, especially when she do um, like the big match gear. It's amazing. But I think she's an incredible wrestler. Um, I'm I think she brought back the wave of girls with muscles in wrestling and being in the forefront of it. Um, I think it's important to look like an athlete since we are athletes. A lot of people, especially women, are afraid of lifting heavy, but I feel like lifting heavy as a woman make your body look amazing. Like Bianca looks amazing. Then like you look at other women in wrestling like Jade, she looks amazing also. Um, but I think Bianca is definitely going to go down as, if not one of the best women's wrestler like of all time. Like I don't root against Bianca unless she wrestling Naomi. Like, so like if she wrestling Naomi, sorry Bianca, but if she's not wrestling Naomi, then you know I'm definitely gonna root for her. I really enjoy watching her wrestle and stuff, and I'm happy that she's getting all the success that she's getting. So.
You got it, Bars.
Yeah. What was I going to ask? Trying to figure. All right. So speaking speaking of dream matches and influences and things in general, dream promotions. Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
Well, hopefully I'm signed to a big company. Um, WWE, AEW, whatever. But dream promotions along the way. Literally every promotion in Japan, Stardom, TJPW, Marvelous, Ice Ribbon, all of them. I need to get over there. I really want to immerse myself in the Joshi culture. I've been able to have some matches with some of the Japanese wrestlers, and I can hang very well with them. So um, I want to get over there and definitely, for sure, show what I got there.
Okay. What advice would you give an inspiring up and coming athlete that wants to get into professional wrestling? What advice would you give them, whether it's a man or a woman? What advice would you give them? What would you tell them that will keep them motivated into continuing into the sport?
I would be honest with them about everything. Like this shit hard. Like rather you have a connection to the time or not. Like it's hard. Like it's hard on your body. It's hard on you mentally. It's hard on you emotionally. Like wrestling is such a roller coaster, such an up and down thing. So it's just like find people that you can lean on for support, like through the good and the bad. Um, I mentioned Isaiah earlier, but also mentioning again, like Maya and Jada, like we all lean on each other um, for a lot. Like it's important to have a brotherhood or a sisterhood within wrestling. You don't want to go through this wrestling journey alone. You want to have people in your circle that you can trust. That's a big one. Also, you got to have people that you can trust, and you have to let people prove their loyalty to you. Also, um, so like if shit hit the fan, you got to know that they have your back. So definitely build your circle, and it don't have to be a big circle either. Definitely build your circle, build your wrestling family, build your people, and have each other's back. Don't be on no snake shit or whatever. And then also, um, get in the gym. Get in the gym, eat right. You'll stand out more um, if you fit. If you fit, you strong. You'll stand out more, 100%. And get quality gear once you are able to start wrestling. Um, see what they wearing on TV. Don't do like exactly what they're doing, because that's a trend. Also, people specifically with the women, they'll see what the girls on NXT or whatever is doing with their gear, and they'll do it the same way. And it's like, come up with your own style, your own swag, or something like that. Make yourself stand out. So those are a few gems that I give the students at our school, um, coming into wrestling and getting ready to debut and stuff. That's definitely some of the things that I tell them.
Okay, okay. I want to get back to the Naomi thing. So you said that would be your dream match against Naomi. The question came back to me. What version of Naomi would you want to face? The caution version or the glow version?
Both of them. Both of them. Both of them. Both of them. Because I think they both give different things. And, I would have fun wrestling both of them. So it wouldn't really matter, for real.
Okay. I'll pass it back up to Doug.
One thing that I've been thinking about while I've been sitting here is you was talking about earlier how hard it is for black people and more importantly black women in wrestling. How do you deal with the mental side of that? Knowing that, so, like you brought up West Virginia, knowing that you're going to be around predominantly white people out there, how do you take care of your mental health?
Um, so with that in particular, I went to school in the suburbs, so I've been around white people, grew up around white people. So that's that right there. That's just, whatever. But as far as taking care of my mental health, I try to make sure I unplug myself from life sometimes. Like sometimes you'll find yourself doom scrolling on social media and stuff like that. And you can't always do that, You can't get on social media and compare yourself to everybody else and what other people are doing, because that'll just make you feel bad about yourself. So I just unplug. I go on nature walks, meditate, do yoga, get high, but not no hard shit though, like weed and stuff. You gotta make that clear these days. But you gotta just take a step back from everything and just recharge. Go get a massage, go to the gym, like stuff like that. Like just unplug yourself from the world, and that's really how you take care of yourself. And just focusing on you and the things that you have and the things that you've achieved, and not comparing yourself to others. I think with social media, it's brought a lot of comparisons. You looking at other people's life and you're like, damn, I need that or I want that or whatever. But you don't know what's going on. You only know what people show you. You don't know what's going on behind the scenes. So just be happy with your shit and then just try to achieve more or whatever. But but that's how I take care of my mental health, really.
So real quick before I pass it back down to the ladies, um, have you dealt with racism in wrestling? And if so, how did you deal with it?
Oh, 100%. But again, like I mentioned previously, black people got to come back for everything. I 100% got to come back for everything. So it's like a fan it's happened in like West Virginia and like Mississippi and stuff. Say some racist shit, and I'm like, oh, okay, like, somebody said something. I can't remember what they said. Um, like they called me like darky or something, and I was like, oh, bet. So I went back to the back. I guess they thought I was leaving, and I don't know why I had these crackers, but don't know why I had these crackers. I can't remember what I had them for, but they was in my bag. I always got snacks in my bag though. I'm not sure why I had crackers in there, but I came back and I'm just like, I came back and I was crunching the crackers up, like doing this shit. I was throwing at them and shit, and they got mad as hell. And they was like, "Oh, we gonna come to your car and kick your ass, blah blah blah." And I was like, "Oh, okay." I'm like, I got it good. I mean,
She said she crushed up the
Like, you need to get them crumbs off you first, man.
Oh
but I'm just like,
diabolical.
but I'm
Well,
like,
they
nigga, why
say
you mad at me?
50%
I'm like,
sensational.
I was like, that's crazy, but I don't be taking like shit like that to heart. Like when it come to like fans and shit, because I just be like, I be chilling, like I be minding my business, and they come at me with some crazy shit, and I be like, all right, bet, because I'm gonna say some shit that's gonna hurt your feelings, and as long as they don't swing on me, I don't care, like, because if you swing on me, now I gotta whoop your ass, and I don't want to have to do that, like. I don't want to have to whip your ass in front of your kids. Like, that's crazy.
I do think
Sensational.
I do think that fans take it a little bit too far, especially nowadays. Like they don't know how to separate reality and entertainment from one another, and they get stuck in their own little universe, and they start doing these weird things. Like I'm trying to figure out, like, you're not a trained wrestler, athlete, combat sport, whatever, and you jumping in the ring with somebody who knows 5 different ways to crack your spine and choke you out, and you want to go in there with that person? You're wildin'. I'm not going in there. Like, literally.
Not unless I'm invited.
I'll never forget at my home promotion. Isaiah in the main event. Isaiah was wrestling this guy Josh Bishop, and I came out and sat in the front row because I like to sit in the crowd after my match to heckle my friends and shit. So so I went out there and sat in the front row, and Josh came around and was like, he do this shit where he like punch the fans' hands and shit, and he do it hard as hell. So I don't know why people always stick their hand out for it, but they do it every show. So he punched this one guy in the hand, and the guy got so mad, and he turned to like his buddy that he was with. He was like, "I'm about to jump in the ring and kick his ass," and then I heard it, but I was just like, I don't think that's a good idea. But I'm like, both of them in the ring, you in for a bad night. And then one of the photographers came up to me and she was like, "Did you hear that guy? He said he's gonna jump in the ring." I was like, with them 2 big motherfuckers, let him. Like, let him do it. Like, he gonna get fucked up. But he didn't jump in the ring. I'm like, I hope somebody told him that it wasn't a good idea, and that's why he didn't jump in the ring, because that's the kind of shit them 2 be waiting on. I'm like,
Some people just got to learn the hard way.
they gotta learn the hard way.
Yeah, that's definitely not something that I would do. No, not me. I enjoy having all my limbs attached to me. Nah, I'm good. Nah.
But yeah, I'll pass it back down to the ladies if they have more.
On a sweeter note, if the chocolate goddess, if the chocolate goddess could have an ice cream flavor, what would be in it?
Oh man. Okay, so I wrestled near Myrtle Beach like last year, and they had
What the? Hold on. What just happened? Okay, folks, we're going to take a brief intermission. We'll be right back. I don't know what just happened. Just lost signal. Hold on a second. We're going to get this right back and running. Give me 1 second.